friends, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing magnetic lashes. Actually, I should say magnetic liner and lashes. I have been so curious about this product since the first time I saw one of those ads on Instagram or Facebook that you see everywhere, because I had tried magnetic lashes, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, when they started popping up in the drugstores, but they were the ones that came with like an upper and lower lash strip, and you were supposed to like, yeah, it was a disaster. I bought so many different pairs of them and I could never find one that worked. And even if I did happen to get it right, which never happened, but even if I almost got it right on there, they were so thick because there were 2 layers of lash. So unfortunately, I could never find one in the drugstore that I loved. And since I got rid of my lash extensions last year, I miss having long full lashes and I love applying false lashes. But, you know, applying false lashes every single day is probably not great for your lash growth. So I'm really hoping that I love these. I've seen some videos, actually every video that I've seen using this product, they seem to love it. It seems to work really well. So I'm very, very excited. I don't have any eye makeup on because I also want to play with the Sigma It's Time to Prime. I got this in a PR package maybe a few weeks ago or so, and I have yet to play with these, and I really want to. So it looks like they launched 3 new shades of these primer sticks, but I'm going to use them just as like my eyeshadow. I don't think I'm going to layer anything on top of it because I want my look to be pretty simple so that we can really focus on the lashes. So let me just swatch these really quickly for you so you can see what these look like. So the first one is called Persuade, and this is what it looks like. So these are pretty creamy. They are, I find them to be like eyeshadow sticks, but they are saying they are primers. So I assume you can pack on shadow on top of this really nicely. This is Persuade. It's kind of like a peachy, it's actually like a flesh tone color. It almost looks like a concealer color. And then we have the shade Bubbly. So this is like your high shimmery kind of champagne pinky shade. Very, very light. Would be a great color all over the lid. Then this is the shade Sorbet, which is kind of more of like a malt pink. That's pretty. These feel really creamy. I swatched these on Instagram when I received them a couple of weeks ago, and I was actually surprised how, I mean, I expected them to stay well, right? But they were really hard to get off, actually. I think you need like some good makeup cleaner to get these off. Okay, and this is the shade Ignite, which is kind of like your yellowy gold high shimmer shade. Wait, does this have shimmer? No, I'm sorry, this does not have shimmer. This is more like a very, very fair skin tone color, almost like a very pale concealer color. It looks like the color of skin, but very light. And this is a new one. And then we have Radiance, which is also a new shade. And this one looks to have some shimmer to it. This is what Radiance looks like. So very similar in tone to the Ignite, but with a lot of shimmer. That's nice. And then we have this shade Earthen, which is quite a bit darker than all of them. And I think this is the one I'm going to use on my lid today because I am going to wear it by itself. This is just like your kind of, I'm so terrible at swatches. Like, why can't I have the real pretty, clean, perfect, even swatches? So this is what Earthen looks like. And this is like a creamy kind of, let me see what shade that is. Kind of a pinky brown. Really pretty. I feel like this would be a great all over color. So that's what we are going to put on my eyes today. And then we have 2 brushes that came in the set for these products. This is the first one. It's the P82 Precision Round Brush. I like that. I think this is the one I'm going to use. And then it also came with this cream color E58 brush, which is like a flat, you can see like a real compact flat synthetic brush. I'm going to use the Precision Round because I feel like I can buff the product into my skin a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna actually use 2 of these. I'm gonna use one for my brow highlight and one for my lid. We'll start with the brow highlight. I am using the shade Ignite. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of apply this right underneath my brow. Pretty messily, is that a word? And then I'm gonna go in with this brush and we're just gonna buff it into the skin and blend it down. Oh, that's pretty. This is a great color for really making your brow pop. I'm sure you guys have seen videos where they use concealer for that. This would be a good alternative to concealer. You could probably even use this above your brow too, if you like to carve out your brow. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take the brush and whatever is left over and blend it onto my lid. Okay, nice. It just kind of brightens everything up. I did have a little concealer on my lids, so my lids were a little bit brighter than they normally are. So next we're going to take the shade Earthen, and we are just going to color all over the lid. These are really creamy. Like, they don't feel drying at all. Okay, this is translating a little lighter than I thought, so I might actually add a shadow on top of it. We'll see. And I'm just going to take this brush and kind of buff out the crease a bit. It is pouring outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's thundering and pouring. It's like the perfect day to film. I like the texture of these. They're very, very creamy. Okay, I'm gonna take my finger. It kind of got a little further out than I want. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little color in my crease to give it a little definition. I'm going to use this shade right here. This is from one of my new favorite palettes. It's the Sephora brand, and it's the I Love in Medium Cool. So I'm just going to kind of do a sheer layer of that color in my crease. These have a lot of pigment though, so even though I'm going to be light-handed, you guys are going to see a lot of color come off this brush. I really like cream shadow sticks because they're so easy. If you are someone that doesn't like to take a lot of time on your makeup in the mornings, but you want to look like you did, or you want to look fully put together with a full face of makeup, cream shadow sticks are the solution. When I used to work outside of the home and my mornings were a little bit more chaotic than they are now, I'd have to get myself up, get myself ready for work, and then get the kids up and, you know, all of that. I would always wear cream shadow sticks because they were so easy. All right, so I'm just going to kind of buff that into the crease. All right, and I think I'm going to take this shade here from the palette, this bronze kind of shimmery shade, and we're going to pop a little bit of that on the lid just to highlight the lid so subtly. Okay, so now we have the eyeshadow done. I wanted to keep it really clean and simple because I really want to focus on these lashes. So the brand of magnetic lashes that we're going to be testing out today is by Moxie Lash. And I have two of the liquid magnetic liners, and I have a couple styles of the lashes. So I have the classy lashes, which look like this, very natural. I think these are the most natural of the three styles that I have. The flashy lashes, which have some more volume. They're quite a bit longer. They look to have nice little like clumps of lashes, short and long lengths, pretty glamorous. This actually kind of reminds me of the lash extensions that I used to get. And then I also got the sassy lashes, which I assume are going to be the more dramatic of the three styles. Yeah, so these look longer. They look kind of similar to the flashy lashes, just a bit longer. All right, so let me see if there are any instructions in here. Let's see. How to use. Shake well before use. Start at the inner corner of your eye. Lightly continue gliding your brush. Okay, so it just kind of tells you. Layer to maximize magnetic attraction and allow to dry for 1 to 2 minutes before applying your lashes. Okay, well that seems easy enough. I am going to film at the end of the day kind of a recap for you guys on how it is to remove this product, because that has probably been my only concern, is like how I've never used a magnetic liner before. I wonder how that is to remove. So I'm going to show you guys that this evening as well. Okay, so this is what the liner looks like. It's actually a really beautiful package. It's got this copper handle, very sleek. Okay, and then the brush. Okay, so this is different. I don't usually use a liquid liner like this. This is actually a brush. I usually use a felt tip pen because I find it to be easier. So let's see how this glides on. I want to move you guys a little closer. All right, so you guys are up close and personal. Let's see how we do with this. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, so it's a little stickier than most liquid liners are. It was actually easier than I thought to get that first layer, but I think I'm going to definitely need to layer it up. And I'm actually curious if I need to do a thicker line than I normally do, because the normal liquid liner that I do is always so thin. It's a thin line, and I don't know how it would stick to a thin line. Okay, that's where we're at. I'm gonna layer it just a little bit more, but I'm not going to make the line any thicker. I wanna create the line just like I would if I were using a normal eyeliner and see how that works. Okay, so this is definitely a thicker formula for sure, which I guess I expected it to be. But with that said, I was able to get a nice clean line. I was kind of concerned that it would be very difficult to apply and messy, and it wasn't. But I do think you need to kind of layer it to get a nice consistent line. It's not as easy as using like a normal liquid liner for sure. So I'm gonna let that dry. We'll move on to the other eye. Some of it is getting in my lashes. Okay, that is a little messy down there. Okay, I'm gonna go over that side one more time. It's not perfect, but I think once we have the lash on, it'll be fine. You won't notice any imperfections. Oh my God, it is pouring outside. All right, so I'm pretty certain that the right side is dry. We are gonna go and apply these lashes. I am really excited about this, you guys. I hope this works because I just hope it works. Okay, so I want to show you what the actual lashes look like. So that's how you can see they come. You can see the little magnets clearly, those little squares that are attached to the band. Okay, the lashes are really light. Let me show you these. Okay, so these lashes are very, very light and fluttery. The hairs look very soft. Like it looks like a high quality lash. I think too, probably because you don't put glue on these could probably last you a lot longer than typical lashes. Like you can get more uses out of them. Okay, they stick. They really do. Okay, hang on. You guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys. Oh my gosh. I know these are really long, but I'm kind of loving them. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, hang on. So I just lost power. So here I'm back. So I was kind of playing with those lashes a little bit, and I think they're too large for my eye. I want to cut them like I would a normal lash, but I'm kind of hesitant too because I just want to do a little more research to make sure that would be okay. So I'm going to move on to the classy lashes. We're going to try those because those look to be a better fit for my eye. And honestly, they look like ones that I would wear every day anyway. So let's give these a try. Okay, so they immediately grab to the liner, you guys. Wow. Oh my gosh, that was so easy. I can't see the band, but yeah. That is amazing. That is amazing. Let's put the other one on. I am so excited about these, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did get a little liner in my lashes, and when I applied the other style, I noticed that the false lash was kind of sticking to the natural lash where I had that liner build up. So you do want to be careful not to do that. I mean, if you do, it was real easy for me to adjust it and to like magnetize it to the liner and not my eyelashes, but that did happen, so I needed to tell you. Oh my gosh. You guys, that is so easy. That is so easy. And I'm gonna, as far as like removing them, okay, so they come off easily if you try to get them off. So at the end of the day, they're not gonna be a struggle to get off, but once they're on, I mean, once they are on, they're pretty secure. How do they look? How do they look? I kind of need to put a little mascara on my natural lashes because I can see my natural lashes. So I'm going to put a little mascara. Honestly, I would probably recommend doing your mascara before you put these on. That way you don't get mascara buildup on the lash, but for sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit now, and I'm just going to do the slightest coat. I mean, I'm not going to do much. All I'm doing really is trying to blend my naturals into these. It looks like I just have perfect lashes. They don't look like they're too much, but they look like just a really, really great mascara. Okay, you guys, I am impressed. I am impressed. So I'm gonna wear these around today, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys when I remove my makeup tonight, and I'm gonna let you know how they wore throughout the day, and I'm also gonna let you know how easy or not easy it was to remove this liner. But so far, I'm really excited. These look fantastic, and they were so easy. I don't anticipate you having a problem with these at all. I think the trickiest part will be applying the liner. Applying the lash is super easy. It's the liner that would be the difficult part if you struggle with liquid liners, but they look amazing. I'm excited. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back. So it's been about a full week since I filmed what you guys last saw, and I have worn the magnetic lashes several times over the last week, and I have some final thoughts, and I'm really glad that I tested them for several days because there are some things that I learned and some things that I want to share that I wouldn't have been able to share if I had only used them that one day. I also want to show you the other styles. So this is the style Sassy Lash. This is what it looks like, and I did not need to trim this one down at all. I have this applied as it is from the box, and I find that the strip actually fits my lash pretty well. I do like these. When I'm looking at the monitor, I like the way they look, but when I look in a mirror, I'm like, these are so long. But they are definitely glamorous, so maybe for a special occasion, but I think for every day, I would definitely wear the classy style. So this is the Sassy. Let me show you guys the flashy. Now, these are definitely, the band is a little too long, and I messaged the company to see if I could trim them down and if it would matter, but I didn't hear back. But I'm gonna go ahead and just trim them, and we're gonna see, because I'm not gonna wear these as they are anyway because they are too long, unless I were to scoot this all the way to the inner corner, which would bother me. They won't work. They're just too long. So you can see, I mean, you can see this little edge right here. It's just too long. So I'm gonna trim that off, and we're gonna see if they still last. The only thing I'm concerned about is that there is a clear magnet right on the edge of this. So I feel like unless I trim it far back enough to meet the next magnet, which might mean I'm trimming off too much, I don't know if the end would stick without it. So let's just give this a try. All right, so I'm just gonna trim off what I feel I need to, but that does leave a little bit of the lash end without a magnet. So let's see if it still works. Okay, so I have trimmed it. So the very end now does not have a magnet securing it in place. But it does have a magnet pretty close to the end, but just not right on the end. And it seems to be fine. It looks like it's there on there secure. So that's nice. See, I would wear this. This is cute. I like this style now that it's trimmed to my eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other. So you can see the magnets on the band, and you can see that there are clearly two magnets that are on either end. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming off one of those magnets. Okay, I think I need to apply a little bit more magnetic liner on the end because it's not really sticking. Let me layer this a little bit. Okay, while that's drying, I want to show you how this works. So I have a pretty thick line of the magnetic liner on my hand, and you can see that the lash really does stick to it. Like, and I'll show you. If I were to try and apply it like right here where I have no liner, it doesn't stick, right? When it's applied to the magnetic liner, it actually sticks. So see, I want to show you just so you guys know that I want to show you how this works. So if I were to try to put it here, it doesn't stay. So obviously the product definitely works. Let's go, and now that this is dry, try to apply this. There we go, much better. Okay, so we have them on. So these are the flashy lashes. I find the flashy and the sassy to be kind of similar. Huh, I can't tell which I like better. But I wanted to give you guys my final recap on this product, some pros and some cons. So one pro is that these are definitely an easier way to apply false lashes than using the lash adhesive and lashes like we have typically been doing. It's definitely much easier. However, there is still a tricky part to this application, and that is the liner. If you struggle with liquid liner, that's gonna be where you find the most difficulty is applying a nice clean liner with this liner. This liner is not like every other liquid liner. This liner is thicker, it is clumpier. And when I filmed the first day, I didn't shake it. I think I read in the description like you're supposed to shake it, but if you noticed, I forgot to shake it. So I have since been shaking it, and shaking it does make a difference. It does help it not be as clumpy, but it's still a thicker formula, you guys. So I want to show you what it looks like when you take it out of the container. So I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, it's thicker, it's drier, so it's harder to get a very clean, you know, sleek line. It's going to, especially when it's exposed to air for a while, it's going to be a little clumpier. So that's probably the trickiest part of this process, is creating a nice clean line. Also, I want to say that I did get this in my lash a couple of times, and when I went to apply the magnetic lash, it was a little tricky because the magnetic lash was trying to stick to my eyelashes where I had this product in. So that's tricky. Still way easier than applying glue, without a doubt. The cons of this. Now, I want to say this. When I removed it the first day, I did notice that when I was removing the eyeliner, it felt a little gritty. I could feel the magnets, essentially. It wasn't like just removing regular liquid liner. It didn't hurt the eye, it didn't irritate the eye, but there was that little grittiness that I definitely noticed. Also, it did get stuck in my lashes, and the next morning when I was trying to remove it, and you know, I was just taking my fingers and trying to roll out the product, I did notice that one of my lashes came out with it. With that said though, I notice when I use duo adhesive, lash adhesive in lashes, sometimes I get the glue on my lash, and when I pull off this fake lash, I lose a lash or two with it. So there is definitely that risk of losing lashes when you get this product into your lashes, but I don't necessarily think it's any worse than the duo. But I definitely did notice the loss of some lashes when I got it into the lashes, so you just want to be careful with that. I also have really short, thin lashes. If you have strong, thick lashes, this is probably not going to be as big of an issue for you, but for me, it was something that I noticed. I did confirm that you can use other magnetic lashes with this liner. So while they have some really nice styles, you can also get the liner and go to the drugstore and pick up your Ardell magnetic lashes and use it with this. So that's kind of a bonus because that just opens up more variety for you. And I'm not sure how much these lashes retail alone, but obviously at the drugstore, you know, you can get them for $10 or so. As far as irritating my eye throughout the day, I didn't notice them or feel them being any more irritating to my eyes than regular lashes. You guys know I have very sensitive lashes, so my eyes are constantly always irritated, and I did not notice an increase in irritation by using these. Also, it is important that you do a thick enough line to actually have the magnets work. If you do too thin of a line, or you don't do a consistent layer of it and it's sheer or spotty in the liner, it's gonna have a harder time adhering. When I applied them today, I didn't get the liner as thick on one end, and I noticed that the lash wouldn't stick there. So it's very important that you layer this product to get the strongest hold. They do last all day. I've worn these probably 4 or 5 days now, all day long, and I didn't have an issue with them falling off or moving or anything. They stayed on the eye really great. So in summary, I want to say that I think this product does work. I think it is easier than applying typical lashes. I think the cons really are, you know, having that magnetic liner get in your lashes if you have very weak or short or brittle thin lashes. That might be a concern for you. It was for me. So in summary, this product definitely worked. I was impressed with it. There definitely are some pros when it comes to like easeability, and I think these are a great option for someone that struggles with lash application and glue. However, I think hopefully the liner will continue to evolve and improve over time. I mean, I gotta admit, I think creating a magnetic liner is probably extremely difficult. So hopefully they can get this formula to be a little bit smoother and a little bit easier to apply, you know, as they continue to improve their formula. This isn't gonna replace completely for me using lash and lash glue. However, I have no problem applying lash and lash glue. I'm very experienced at it, but I will definitely use these lashes again. And I do like that they are reusable. I think I read that you can use them like 5 times longer than you can your other lashes, which makes sense because you're not really applying glue to them. They're staying relatively clean. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Leave all your questions and comments in the comment section below. If you would like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!